Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Daria, and today's practice is an exploration of subtle shifts. This is a concept that I've been thinking about a lot lately, both in the practice and also in my life off of the mat. I think this applies so profoundly to changes that you're making in your life, whether they're behaviors or habits or patterns. The way that things change in such a slow, incremental way to where moment to moment, you don't always notice the shifts. But when you look back, can be a really profound transformation that has occurred. And we can really feel into the subtlety of this in the physical body in the practice by connecting to each moment and the way that our sensations are constantly morphing and evolving in these teeny tiny ways. So this is a little bit more of an introspective class, and you'll just need yourself and some place to move. If you want to bring blocks in, you are welcome to use those as well. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll get started from child's pose. So find your way to any variation of child's pose that's feeling good in your body. Knees together or wide. Crawl your fingertips forward, and you can anchor the forehead or the chest and the chin to the earth. Right away, let everything drop. So you can soften your elbows and forearms and hands down. Release tension around your feet. And really let your sitting bones glide back in space and down towards your heels. Feel the back of your heart melt toward the earth. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and fill all the way up. Open your mouth and take a clearing sigh. Feeling that this sigh allows your body to drop even more. Let's do that again. Deep, full breath in. Big sigh out. And then seal your lips and start to take the breath in and out through your nose. And trace it along the back of your throat. You'll begin to cultivate the whispered ocean wave sound of Ujjayi Pranayama. And then feel into everything you can sense in this moment through all 5 of your senses. And get curious about the subtlety. Like, what's the quietest sound you can hear? The one that is least obvious. And then in your physical body, notice what's communicating more loudly in the form of sensation. And then notice the smaller, like flickers of sensation. And let everything be here. And see if you can drop everything that is outside of this moment. Any distractions, any thoughts of the past or the future. And feel into the simplicity of just being right here, right now. Take one more deep breath in. And a full breath out. Press down, lift your head, and take your time traveling forward into tabletop position. Really consciously set your hands, broaden your fingers, root your knuckles and all your finger pads. And keeping your toenails on the ground, see if you can spread your toes and then dig into the especially big toe and pinky toenails. Engage toward the midline as though your inner thighs are being drawn toward one another and your biceps are being drawn toward one another. And then with your next breath in, begin to sink your belly toward the earth. Lift your tailbone and get broad across your sitting bones. Let your rib cage melt. Pull back on your hands a little to lengthen your heart forward. And then slowly begin to glide your gaze up the wall and toward the sky. One more deep breath in here in cow. As you exhale, press down, tuck your tail, then hollow through your low core through your solar plexus and ribs, through the space of your heart, and then compress a little bit into your throat by letting your chin bow toward your chest. Cat. Next breath in, slowly, mindfully arch, tailbone, then heart, and then gaze to the sky. As you exhale, round and curl, doing this in a slow, sequential way. Let's go a couple more times on the rhythm of your own breath. No need to rush through it, and instead do the opposite. See if you can really enjoy every micro moment. Good. Find your way to a more neutral spine and walk your knees closer to one another. We'll take some lateral glides through the hips. So start to swing your pelvis over toward the right and go as far as you can. So maybe your outer hip touches the ground, maybe not. And then control through the center by using your core and go to the other way. So sitting bones, swing toward the left, maybe touch the outer hip down and come through the center. Feeling some opening into the outer glutes, maybe through the waist up to the ribs. And just play around. This can be kind of like slinky side to side. Let's go one more each way. And then finding your way back to a center point. Bring the knees about hips distance apart once again. With your next breath in, extend your right fingertips forward and your left toes back, hovering your limbs in line with your torso. And then just stay. Feel a gentle hug of your left hand and right knee toward one another, but then reach away from that midline at the same time. And take one more breath in. And as you exhale, switch. So right hand down, left knee down. Then on the inhalation, extend. Left fingertips forward, right toes stretch back. See if you can keep your spine in neutral. So feel your belly button suctioning up and back. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, return to hands and knees. Again, inhale, right arm forward, left leg back. Stay and feel as though your body is suspended in honey. It's like everything's being hugged in. And then reach further, forward and back evenly. One more breath in. Exhale, switch. Inhale, left arm forward and right leg back. Hug your muscles onto your bones. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Energize. One more breath in. Exhale, tabletop. Good. Tuck your toes. Take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, press to the earth and bring your knees to hover, just an inch or so off the ground. And then again here, pelvis in neutral. So find the place between arching and rounding. What's the center point? Squeeze your belly button to your spine. Feel your core muscles starting to activate. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take some wiggles, little movements to assist in acclimating to this pose. Whatever feels nice in your body, and see if you can do so without overanalyzing. Let your body take the lead and your analytical mind can turn off. And then as you get steady here, really press into everything that's connected to the earth. Find all your anchor points that you can dig into and grow roots through. Then from those roots, feel a rebounding of energy up the line of your spine, out and back through your tailbone. And breathe along all the channels of opening. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. As you inhale, lift your heels high, round your spine slowly, and shift forward into a high plank. As you exhale, use your core to slowly melt your knees to the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Then as you breathe in, arch, tailbone, heart, gaze to the sky. As you breathe out, hips glide back, heart resists forward, so you're in a hovering child's pose. Breathe in and round your spine, moving forward through cat, hands and knees. As you breathe out, slowly release onto your belly, tops of thighs, pelvis, chest and chin lower. Dig your toenails down Energize the fronts of your thighs. And then as you breathe in, press your pelvis down, lift your heart, and lift your hands just to a hover. Keep the back of the neck aligned with the rest of your spine and see how long you can grow here. One more breath in. As you exhale, place your palms down, and then with your next breath in, rise up into a higher cobra. Maybe keeping the elbows micro bent and focusing on the thoracic spine curl, so really driving from the back of your rib cage forward. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, roll onto your outer right hip, so send your butt off to the right. Walk your right hand a little more forward, and then drag your left fingertips in front of your belly and start to sink your right shoulder up towards your ear. Feel that your left side is compressing. Breathe into your right rib cage and your right lung. Tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder and tuck your chin just a little towards your chest. Full breath in. Full breath out. And slowly move through the center and back down onto the belly. Hands beside the ribs. Inhale, find baby cobra. Hover your heart, hover your hands. Squeeze your shoulders onto your back, and then energize your tailbone in a downward direction. One more breath in. Exhale, palms beside the ribs, press down, and slowly rise up into high cobra. And then inhale here, tip your heart forward from back to front. As you exhale, come onto your outer left hip, stick your butt a little bit back, and then slide your left hand more forward and draw your right fingertips in front of your belly. And then sink into the left side body stretch. A few rounds of breath here. And turn your gaze forward, plant your right palm, and slowly roll onto your belly once again. Hands beside the ribs, inhale. Hover the heart, hover the hands. This time when you exhale, spread your toes, lift your feet and your thighs. Pull the inner lines of your legs toward the sky, and then magnetize your inner thighs. Take a breath in. Good, exhale, place your feet back down, palms beside the ribs, and slowly peel your chest up into high cobra. Take a breath in, heart to the sky. As you breathe out, either moving through tabletop or press down, lift your thighs, and glide back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and a breath out. 2 more rounds here. Feel the front of your rib cage pulling close and down. Drive from the bottom corners of your shoulder blades down and forward into your hands. With your next inhalation, begin to stretch your right leg high to find a 3-legged down dog. As you exhale, stack your hip, bend your knee, open things up here, air it out. You could make circles or just hang in space. Keep driving into the hands evenly and continue to turn the right side of your rib cage toward the earth. 1 more breath in. As you exhale, hover your left heel, squeeze your right knee to your chest, and super slowly, super softly, step right foot to right thumb. Come up onto your fingertips, and then make sure your lunge is long enough to where you can really pull up high onto the ball of that back foot. Your heel is floating. Dig your big toes down, and then begin to draw your hands onto your hips. Now use your right thumb to pull back on that outer hip like you're trying to wrap it toward the back of your mat and into the midline of your body. Continue to grow your spine longer, hug in through your core, keep your chest parallel-ish to the ground, and then maybe begin to extend your fingertips forward to the top of your mat. Good, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, fingertips to the ground and sink your back knee softly. Inhale, reach to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, palms to prayer. Bend your elbows and press the heels of your hands to the base of your skull. Broaden across your upper back, and then feel the length that you're creating in your cervical spine. Start to sink your hips just a little bit down and a little bit forward. Taking 1 more breath in. As you breathe out, lengthen your tailbone to the earth and the crown of your head to the sky. Place your fingertips to the mat. Curl your back toes under. Breathe in to lift your back knee. Rock your hips a little bit back in space. As you breathe out, press to the earth. Round your spine. Pick up your front foot and hover it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Round forward so slowly and mindfully. High plank. As you exhale, chaturanga, stay connected to your core engagement as you come down halfway. Breathe in to slide forward into up dog or cobra. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Sitting bones lift toward the sky. Breathe in, lengthen your right leg high, three-legged down dog. As you breathe out, stack your hip. I think I said right leg, I meant left leg. So left hip stacks over the right. And we'll start to take some circles here. Couple times in each direction or play around wherever you are. One more breath in. On your out breath, right heel lifts high, left knee hugs in, a soft step, left foot, left thumb, and come up onto your fingertips. Find your lunge stance and dig your big toes down. So everything is staying the same. Torso should stay about where it is. Squeeze through your core. Curl under with your left sit bone and place your hands onto your hips. Left thumb to your hip crease, drag back on it, even as you reach forward with your heart and look a little forward with your eyes. Keep all of this and maybe swim your fingertips forward to the top. Take a deep breath in. Good, breathing out, fingertips to the mat and softly sink your back knee. As you breathe in, reach up, kneeling warrior. As you breathe out, palms touch, elbows bend, thumbs to the base of the skull. And then drink energy up the central column of your spine with your in-breath. With your out-breath, allow the pelvis to sink. See if you can find the position, the alignment, where you're getting the stretch into the hip flexors on your right side, the front of the hip there. Deep breath in. And breathe out, release, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, curl your back toes, lift that knee, and rock your pelvis a little bit back in space. As you exhale, press down, round, hover your left foot all the way through and back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your heels, round your spine, and shift forward, high plank. As you exhale, elongate and lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged down dog. Right away, exhale, step, right foot, right thumb. Come up onto your fingertips. Then as you inhale, circle your arms forward, but keep your chest low. So it's like parallel to the ground. Stay as you exhale. Next breath in, press down so much so that you can rise up to standing in a high crescent lunge. Turning both of your hip bones forward. Stay really bright and engaged through your back quads. And then one more breath in. As you exhale, let's come back into that hinge of the chest forward. Glide your fingertips back. Begin to transition weight onto your right foot and launch your left leg up and back behind you into an airplane pose. Catch the air in your fingertips. Breathe in and grow longer through everything. As you breathe out, press down, rise to standing on your right foot, and hug your left knee to your chest as you reach up, one-legged Tadasana. Inhale here. Exhale, standing pigeon, left ankle outside the right thigh, widen your knee, and draw your palms to meet in prayer. And then let everything get soft here. Soften your gaze as you steady the focus. Relax your jaw. And sink into the gentle hip opening, feeling moment to moment what is shifting in a really tiny way. Breathe in, press down, rise back into one-legged Tadasana, arms up. Now, as you exhale, see how slowly you can step your left foot back down beside the right. See if you can feel your core connect as you do this. And once your foot lands, palms to prayer, heart center. Inhale, swim your arms wide and up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Breathe in and lengthen halfway. Breathe out, Chaturanga. You could step or jump back. Inhale, Rising, up dog or cobra. Exhale, core connects to lift your hips back, down dog. Breathe in, left leg rises. Breathe out, left foot, left thumb. Come onto fingertips as you inhale. Keep the chest parallel to the ground. Connect to your core and swim your arms overhead. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Everything comes up at once. Arms, chest, stacking, shoulders over hips into a high crescent lunge. And then just settle into your exhale. One more breath in. Grow brighter and taller. Exhale, tilt your chest forward, fingertips back. Begin to launch into your left leg and glide your right one up and back, airplane. Energize through your triceps, and then find that feeling again like you're suspended in honey. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drive into your left sitting bone down to your heel to rise you up into one-legged Tadasana. Float the fingers high and breathe in. As you breathe out, standing pigeon, right ankle over, right knee wide, palms to prayer. Feel the balance calibrating. How is that shifting in little ways with every breath? Next inhale, press down, rise to standing, right knee toward the chest, arms up. Exhale, slowly, slowly, stepping your right foot down beside the left. Like you're moving in really slow motion. And then finding a standing position in Tadasana. Inhale, arms wide and up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out your flow. Taking one really long breath to open up into your back bends, and a full out breath to move into downward facing dog. Here, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, stretch your right leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, half pigeon. Right shin forward, anywhere between 45-ish to 90 degrees. Softly lower your leg. Crawl your left toes back. And then take a moment here, squaring your hips. Come up onto your fingertips. And notice when you rock your hips a little side to side, that sensations will change. So even when we make just like a little adjustment, a micro adjustment in the body, it can open up the pose in a whole new way, or it could create tightness or compression. So find a spot where you're feeling like squareness and stability. Breathe in. And then on your next out breath, start to fold forward any amount. If you'd like to support your forearms or your head on blocks, I always encourage that. And fill the space of your belly with your breath. Now watch as your experience morphs and stays fluid throughout the next few breaths. And gently lift your head. Walk your hands back in space. Take your time. Shoulders over wrists. Curl your back toes. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Lift the left knee and then the right one. And see how slowly you can step to down dog. And with your next inhale, stretch your left leg high, three-legged down dog. And exhale, align as you transition, left shin through to your half pigeon. And crawl your right toes back. And then take a couple moments, a couple breaths to get settled here. As you're ready, on an out breath, folding forward. And then feeling, even in relative stillness and quiet, that there's something going on. Nothing is staying stagnant. Everything is constantly in flow. Begin to lift your head and take your time walking your hands back. Tuck your toes behind you. Take a breath in. And on your out breath, super slowly stepping back into downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. With your next breath in, turn your eyes to the top of your mat. As you exhale, travel there and come into ragdoll just for a few breaths. You can have your feet about hips distance apart. Get drapey through your spine, hanging heavy over the thighs. Back of the neck relaxed. Feel the whole weight of your head, how heavy it is, and let it go. Take a couple more breaths. Imagine the breath like water, rinsing along the lines of your spine and carrying with it anything you don't need to hold. It's washing out of your body. Now stay rounded. You can widen your feet a little bit, maybe turn the toes slightly out, and then come to the bottom of a squat. And as you do, crawl your fingertips forward and hug in through your front body. Feel the expansion of the back of your rib cage, back of your heart. Feel the sinking of your sitting bones and the softness through the creases of your hips. And one more breath here. And walk your hands back and sink your sitting bones to the ground. You can use your hands for support if that helps you. Walk your feet a bit forward on your mat. Take a breath in and stretch your palms to the sky. As you breathe out, round onto your back, going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way down. Now, you've got 2 options here. Either broken bridge with the knees bent, feet wide on the mat, and the knees leaning in onto one another, or Supta Baddha Konasana, diamond shape. Soles of the feet are together and knees are open wide. Take what is most supportive for you and place one hand onto your low belly, one hand onto your heart space. Soften or close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Full breath out through your nose. Now breathe in a little bit to the space of your belly, a little more to the ribs. Continue breathing in all the way up to the chest, and then exhale, release the breath from your chest, and then from the rib cage, and then from the belly. Again, breathe into your belly. Breathe into your ribs. Breathe into the tops of your lungs. Breathe out through the chest, then through the ribs, then through the belly. Keep going like this on the rhythm of your own breath, filling belly, ribs, and chest, and then releasing in reverse, finding that breath wave through your body. Stay connected to the soundtrack of your breathing. 2 more rounds. At the end of your next round, drop this technique and find a natural rhythm to your breath. And just notice the effects of this really little bit of movement and breathing. See what has shifted. And then gather your knees together, hug them into your chest, and curl your chin up as you wrap your forearms around your shins. Hug your body really tight. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to Savasana. Get as wide as you like. Spread out. Feel the length of your spine, softness of your face, your scalp, your arms, your legs, hands and feet. Give yourself permission to release everything that is outside of this moment. All you have to do is be right here and give your body the gift of rest and surrender and ease. And you're welcome to stay here even longer if you'd like. When you're ready, gently guide your awareness back to your body and notice the subtle shifts that happened in Shavasana. How much more melted you got, how much more connected to gravity. And then start to deepen your breathing. Stay exactly as you are. You can begin to wake up the fingers and the toes with some little movements. And on a breath in, stretch long, arms overhead and toes forward. On your breath out, roll to your side for fetal pose. And just rest here for a moment. And then press down and find your way up to seated. We'll close our practice in Sukhasana. Feel the line of your spine, grounding to the earth, but also reaching to the sky. Notice your heart space open. And feel the imprint that this practice has made on your body, your mind, your emotional states. And then draw your palms to prayer at heart center and find gratitude for the little unfoldings, the peeling back of one layer at a time that in the moment we don't always notice, but looking back broadly, we can see this transformation that we've made or the progress that we've made. And just stay connected to subtle shifts that you notice throughout the rest of your day, your week. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sigh. Lift your heart and bow, chin to chest. Thank you so much for taking time to practice with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this bit of movement. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear from you. And if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, you can do that below as well. You can also join as a monthly donation member. All of this really helps to support me and my channel. Have a great rest of your day or your night, and I'll see you soon in another practice. Bye.